So where is it? The laptop.
Sir, I'm not here to talk about the laptop. I'm here to talk about the FBI cyber program.
You are the assistant director of FBI cyber. I want to know where Hunter Biden's laptop is. Where is it?
Sir, I don't know that answer.
That is astonishing to me. Has FBI cyber assessed whether or not Hunter Biden's laptop could be a point of vulnerability, allowing America's enemies to hurt our country?
Sir, the FBI cyber program is based off of what's codified in Title 18, Title 18, Section 1030, a code which talks about computer intrusions, right, using nefarious intent.
But you've talked about passwords here. I mean, Hunter Biden's password on his laptop was Hunter02. He drops it off at a repair store. I'm holding the receipt from Max Computer Repair, where in December 2019, they turned over this laptop to the FBI, and what now you're telling me right here is that as the assistant director of FBI cyber, you don't know where this is after it was turned over to you 3 years ago.
Yes, sir, that's an accurate statement.
How are Americans supposed to trust that you can protect us from the next colonial pipeline if it seems that you can't locate a laptop that was given to you 3 years ago from the first family, potentially creating vulnerabilities for our country?
Sir, it's not in the purview of my investigative responsibilities.
But that is shocking that you wouldn't, as the assistant director of cyber, know whether or not there are international business deals, kickbacks, shakedowns that are on this laptop that would make the first family suspect to some sort of compromise. Mr. Assistant Director, have you assessed whether or not the first family is compromised as a result of the Hunter Biden laptop?
Sir, as a representative of the FBI cyber program, it is not in the realm of my responsibilities to deal with the questions that you're asking me.
Has anyone at FBI cyber been asked to make assessments whether or not the laptop creates a point of vulnerability?
Sir, we have multiple lines of investigative responsibility in the FBI. They're all available in public source.
Well, I would think you'd know this one. I mean, I would think that if the president's son, who does international business deals, referencing the now president with the Chinese, with Ukrainians, I mean, have you assessed whether or not the Hunter Biden laptop gives Russia the ability to harm our country?
Sir, again, we can do this back and forth for the next couple of minutes. I don't have any information about the Hunter Biden laptop or the
But should you? I mean, you're the assistant director of FBI cyber.
By the block and line chart, no, sir, I should not.
Who should we put in that chair to ask questions about this laptop that FBI has had for 3 years?
Sir, I'm not in a position to make a recommendation who should say.
So you don't have it, you don't know who has it, you don't know where it is, you're the assistant director. You know, earlier you talked about whether or not you were the Grant Hill or the Christian Laettner. It sounds like you're the Chris Webber trying to call a timeout when you don't have one. So I mean, who is it? Do you even know who has it? Do you know who we should put in that chair to ask these questions to?
No, sir, I don't know who has it.
Well, could you find out and tell us? You're going to have to give us briefings, thanks to Mr. Liu and Mr. Massey's question about whether or not the FBI was taking a $5 million test drive on the Pegasus system that was being used to target people in politics, people in government, people in the media, people in American life. So will you commit to give us a briefing as the assistant director of FBI cyber as to where the laptop is, whether or not it's a point of vulnerability, whether or not the American people should wonder whether or not the first family is compromised?
Sir, I'd be happy to take your request back to our office.
Gosh, I mean, will you advocate for that briefing? You will?
I will be happy to take your request back to FBI headquarters.
Well, do you believe that that is a briefing that the Congress is worthy of having, I guess?
Sir, I'm not going to answer that question. Right? I'm here to talk. The invitation says oversight of the FBI's cyber division. It does not say anything.
Well, right, but I mean, this is a cyber asset. This is a point of vulnerability. If there are passwords, if there are business deals, if there are references to things that could harm our country, like you can't even sit here right now and say that you know that there's not a point of vulnerability. Maybe there are other crimes, maybe there are tax issues or whatever, but as it relates to is the first family sufficient cyber infrastructure to protect? You don't even know if they're compromised. Tell you what, Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record of this committee the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop, which I'm in possession of?
I'm not.
There's no objection to that.
So I can't say no objection.
I've never had.
I will object pending further investigation.
And what's the basis of that objection?
It's a unanimous consent request, and I object pending.
Very well, I have a subsequent question. Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the receipt
It may very well be
from the Mac
entered-
shop.
It may very well be entered into the record after we look at it further.
Very well, Mr. Chairman, I have a
Ms.
subsequent
Demings is not
unanimous consent.
recognized.
Who's got a second unanimous consent?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Chairman, I seek unanimous consent to enter into the record the receipt from the Department of
Mr.
Justice
Chairman, this is
to
Ms.
the
Demings.
Mac
Am I
shop.
next, or
Without,
am I next?
without objection.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good to see you guys. Hi. Good to see you all. My goodness. You know this guy here? He runs the whole country's education system. Yeah.
And Mr. President, this is our fabulous third grade teacher, Mrs. Hernandez. She's been teaching the
That-
district
that's
over
your
30
principal?
years.
Mr. President.
Good to see you. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming to this
Well,
school.
I'm delighted to be here at this one.
And I want
I'm so
to.
impressed.
Oh my goodness! And I want to thank you on behalf of our school community and my community because I live here and I grew up in this community and we were supporting you so much and we're rooting for you and we love you.
Well, thank you very, very much.
Thank you for coming.
Where's the mayor? There's the mayor. You know what the mayor talks to me all the time about? This community. No, I'm serious. When I come to Philadelphia a lot. My wife is from Philadelphia, and my daughter lives in Philadelphia, and my son-in-law lives in Philadelphia. But I tell you what, every time I talk to this guy, he talks about what more can we do to help kids in Philadelphia. For real. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
I'm going to sit here so I don't block anybody's view in the back there. So I tell you what, you guys are amazing. I love your dress. It's magnificent. And you guys want to ask me any questions? Yes.
Thank you for coming. This is my first time seeing you, and I'm happy because I came to see you. I never saw you. We never talked to you, and this is my first day seeing you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, honey.
I wanted to say thank you to you for letting us go back to school because in computer it was hard to learn about stuff, and in person we can see our friends and hug them and can learn more. And
Makes a big difference being in school than on a computer, doesn't it? Thank you. What's your name, Angel? Good to meet you. How old are you? Oh, thank you so much. Well, thank you so very, very much. You're very good. I tell you what, and how old are you?
9.
9 years old. Well, one thing I want you girls to remember, no serious guys till you're 30 years old. You're lovely, honey. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have a sister. She's 12 years
She's 12 years old?
Her name is Leilani.
Leilani has a beautiful name.
And I have a little brother that's 4 years old.
You take care of him?
Yeah.
Oh, good. What's his name?
Noah.
Noah. Well, I'll be darned. It's a pleasure to meet you. Do you have any question you want to ask me? You don't have to. I got 2 little brothers and 1 little sister. But guess what? My little sister's my best friend in the whole world. She takes care of me all the time. From the time I've been a child, she's been on my handlebars riding around. But she's smarter than I am, better looking than I am. Does everything better than I do, and she always helps me. So your brother's lucky to have a big sister like you.
Even though he always takes my stuff.
Well, I think you'll be able to work that out.
He ate all my donuts.
He ate your donuts? Now that's getting serious. Well, I bet he's crazy about you. Did you have a question for me, baby?